Hello and welcome to the stream. My name is tmaaz. This is the Construction Zone, and welcome to a sneaky surprise Saturday stream. I just got done with a ton of working around the house and catching up on laundry and cleaning and doing whatnot, and I figured, you know what, it would be nice to just sit down and relax and play some games for a little while. And so I figured I might as well stream while I'm doing it. So we are going to jump back into Sable, as you can see on the giant busted out of order screen behind me. Yeah, we are going to get back into the story. It has been an absolute blast playing this game so far. I've really been enjoying it. We just played yesterday on Friday on the stream. We got an absolute truckload. I think we got 5 or 6 quests done. We just hammered through some quests. So we also got another chunk of the story. And so the entire backstory is starting to unfold. And it's getting a little darker. We're realizing that not only did something go horribly wrong, but it looks like there may have been some ill intent as well, which is an interesting little twist in the story. So yeah, tell you what, normally we would jump over to the workshop at this point, but let me click a couple extra buttons here. Because I'm kind of doing things out of order a little bit. I'm just going to go ahead and grab my chair and I'm going to wheel myself into the game. So yeah, let's go ahead and head over to the game. There we go. All right. And we are going to turn off the fantastic music that is provided to us by Pretzel. And we will turn the in-game sound on. There we go. That lovely sound of wind blowing across the desert plains. And where's my controller? Oh, there it is. Oh, yeah, stay connected. Yeah, let's go ahead and continue. Oh, that's right. It's really loud. There we go. That should be better. So yeah, where we left off last time, we got several of the quests done in the new territory. And the reason we are appearing inside the ship is because normally what I do at the end of a stream is I go back to the closest what do you call it? The closest what's the word I'm looking for? What's the word I'm looking for? Station. That's the word I'm looking for. We normally go back to the closest station, and then and then we start out again from there. But what I realized is, looking at the map here, the closest station to us is all the way back here, literally like a quarter of the way across the map, and we need to go this way. And so it would be pointless for us to go all the way back and then backtrack all the way back to where we were. So we just hunkered down for the night inside the Rowley's Way ship here. So as we do at the beginning of every stream, we have to reset our what we're wearing, because for some reason it keeps changing itself. Not sure why it does that. It doesn't save what you're wearing for some reason. The one change we have made to our outfit is we have been wearing the chum mask. Because what this does is when we get close to an egg, the antenna on the mask start vibrating, and the closer we get, the faster they vibrate. And so it's just an extra helping hand to let us know when we're close to an egg so that we don't miss any. So we are wearing that mask now. But outside of that, we are still wearing the Abexi, you know, the tribal gear, the Abexi glider. So there. The Abexi glider trousers there. All right, so we have our gear on. These are the items we've collected, as you can see. Now, some of these we have purchased. Some of these we have found. We did, I just want to double check. Whoops, click the wrong button. That's what I wanted. What I've been doing for the most part is I try to get at least one extra of things so that even when we complete a quest, we still have at least one or more of them in our hands, so we don't lose them. However, I'm noticing it looks like we gave... Oh no, we still do have them. Okay, so even with the quest, you'll see I've been grabbing like one or two extra of things. So like the lightning, what are these called? The lightning crystals, we have those. We still have the magpie key. Yeah, we have all these other bits and pieces. I'm trying to, just so that we have them. But we've got a ton of scrap metal that we need to take into, we need to take back to Alton. Okay, so maybe that's what we'll do. Maybe we'll fast travel to Alton. We'll sell our scrap metal to him, get some money back for it. And then while we're there, let's look at our quests. Don't we have a finished quest that we need to... Oh no, we already took those back. Okay. At some point we still need to head back to Akria. Okay, so here's the game plan. Let's look at the map. We are going to fast travel to Burnt Oak Station so we can trade in the scrap metal we have to get more cash. Once we get that done, we are going to come back to Raleigh's Way, which is where we currently are, the ship, and we are going to start heading... Yeah, we'll head like due east and get into this territory and start looking for the cartographer's balloon so that we can get the map for this area. Because once we have that, then, you know, we're going to see where the, you know, the bits and pieces are that we need to explore in this region. And while we are this far over here, once we get up into, you know, like into the upper region of this new section, we may sneak back here behind the, you know, this little pathway back behind here, because we do have an unfinished quest, which is, I want to say here. I think it's like right here. There's an unfinished quest that we can tie up the loose ends, because we now have what we need to be able to do that quest, which was the machinist mask, I believe. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into it. Let's move the icon up to Burnt Oak Station, and we are going to fast travel. And it will drop us off in town. Well, town. It's inside the station. Middle of the day. Very nice. Oh, would you look at that? our antenna are wobbling, which means there's a worm around here, or a chum egg. Oh, I see it right there. How funny. I was looking at the top of this close rock and didn't even realize the rock behind us in the distance over there. There's one on top of there. Haha. Okay, so to get up there, let's see. I think if we get on top of this and jump over there, that will give us more headway than just, yeah, because there's nothing else this big around here. So if we get on top of this and float over, that will give us a head start. There we go. And we'll get up as high as we can here. Yeah, that should give us more of a head start than climbing up there, standing, and then climbing again. Alright, so is there anything up in the tree? No, okay. Just figured while we're up here, might as well look. Alright, let's run and jump. Oh, no, it won't. Okay, it's just gonna put us right there. Alright. Just out of curiosity. We should be able to make this. Now that we're at almost full, I presume we're at full stamina now. This appears to be a ledge here. I may be able to stop and stand on this. No. We just gotta climb it. All right. Hello there. And another egg procured. Let's look around from up here. You can see a long way out from here. Very flat. You don't realize quite how high up you are until you look back down. Goodness. All right, let's get back down to our bike. There we go. And we will head over to Alton's shop. Alton is the guy who runs the that noise it makes every time. Alton is the guy who runs the scrap shop here. It always makes that crunching noise when we get here. Hey, Alton. Alton barely looks up at me. How's the scrap collection coming? It's all scrap metal. I fetch everything I found for him, handing it over piece by piece. I say goodbye. Peace. I'm curious. I'm being nosy. There's a bike in there, and there's also a chest that has coins in it. Okay, we can't go in that way. Is there a back way? can't climb on that. Can we get in from here? Okay, that looks like that's intentionally blocked. Well, would you look at that? Sneaky, sneaky, sneaky. It was just scrap metal. Any of these other ones? No. Okay, interesting that it let us do that. I was like, I glanced in there and realized that there was a dot hovering over the clay pot, which means it's something that we can access and get. I was like, well, that's interesting. All right, so we have turned in our cash. Or we turned in our scrap for cash. Let's go ahead and fast travel. Let's see. Should we go to Kemble or should we go to Rowley? Maybe we'll go to Rowley and we'll go ahead and we'll just kind of meander down this way and then cut in. Because I just want to make sure we're not missing anything down here. It doesn't look like there's anything down there. I just want to make sure. So let's fast travel. All right, we are back at the ship. Get back on. Let's double check our... Okay, so we're on the south side of the ship, so we want to turn to the left. And then we will continue on. Yeah, so left and then just... So left. Kind of this direction. Perfect. We'll just kind of keep an eye on our antenna, on our mask, in case it starts bobbling. Alright, we're already like halfway. I think I'm gonna go... Let's see. So that would be like right... Yeah, kind of like right, left around this. So if I go kind of this way... Yeah, and then cut over. Okay, so that way we'll kind of cover more of this region down here. Okay, so there's another like dried riverbed down here. That's interesting. It looks like a giant ice cream cone. Which makes me wonder if there's something up on top of it. Then again, so does that one. That looks like a volcano. What is that? Alright, is there anything over this way? Alright, let's go this way, but we're gonna come back to that because we have to go that way anyway. I see smoke over here. Oh, because I'm heading... Okay, yeah. Because I'm getting really close to the edge of the, that other region. Okay, so, no. So I guess we'll go down, we'll take a look at whatever this is. Alright, gentle slope. Oh, try not to run into the bushes. So much for a gentle slope. We're still facing it, aren't we? Okay, yeah, it's right there. What is this? That's kind of cool. As we get closer, the light hits it. Just looking around here. What's over there? That's the edge of the map. Wait. That. Okay, yeah, that just goes to the edge of the map. So it looks like there's a break in the edge, which wouldn't make any sense. But it doesn't. It's up against the... Yeah. I mean, we'll just go up here and look. But this is the edge of the map, so... Yeah, just... Wait a second. Why does it look like we can go this way? Is this an optical illusion? No, it's not an optical illusion. I was turned in my directions. I thought I was facing towards the edge of the map. The edge of the map is on the right. What's behind us is just more of the map. Yeah, the edge of the map is impassable. Intentionally so. Alright, let's scooch up here. And we're going to kind of swing around this because it looks like it's a volcano. And I want to see if there's any kind of marking on it or something. That's an interesting shadow. What is making that? Alright, let's look at our map. Okay, so whatever is making that is in the next section. Interesting. Yeah, it looks like a giant mushroom. So let's swing around this really quick. And let's see if there's a way. There doesn't appear to be a feasible way to get up there, so generally if the game wants us to go somewhere, it makes it fairly obvious of a way to get up there. And there does not appear to be one of those here. Alright, so let's go ahead and cruise into the new section here, which has previous to this point been untouched. And there's an interesting formation here right in front of us. Let's go ahead and hop over there. It's very bumpy, that's for sure. Okay. Oh, goodness. Oh, this is... this is the boneyard. It reminds me of when pachyderms, they tend to have a place where they go to die, and they will travel unbelievable distances to go back to that location. As far as, you know, each herd has a place that they tend to go. Look at the size of that skull. Okay, where are we in relation to? Right. Okay, there's that little part of me that doesn't want to go in there, because that seems kind of disrespectful, but, it doesn't look like your average graveyard, so... So now the question becomes, were these creatures harmed by the radiation, or were they already gone? Or were they hunted? A lot of questions. Whatever they were massive. If you look at that rib cage, and compared to us, okay, so we're here. Okay, yeah, I have my bearings. Okay. Oh. It was interesting. The sound of a bird. I don't recall there being bird noises before. Interesting. So yeah, the impression I'm getting is it's literally like a boneyard. Whatever these creatures were, either this used to be a plentiful area and they were all grazing here, or this is a boneyard where they came to perish. Because otherwise they wouldn't be so concentrated right in this area. Because I think the only other place we've seen these skeletons has been the folks that live up on top of the spires that were using them as bridges. Which I would love to hear how they got those up there. Because that's an engineering nightmare. Picking those up and moving them. Huh. I've noticed, this typically doesn't happen. I've noticed tonight playing the game, I keep getting like, it keeps like, the pixelation gets really heavy for a second. I don't know if there's a lot of traffic on the Xbox servers or what's going on, but I'm getting some heavy pixelation every once in a while. Okay, yeah. Let's see, we can ride up here. Okay, that area is looking a little intentional, like right there. So I think we're gonna head over there. Yeah, that looks like it's... I'm guessing that's a station. I'm not seeing any smoke, but I'm guessing it's a station. Let's see, do we go down? Let's go back on this side. And there's a ship. Yep, that is definitely a ship. Alright, let's hook back this way. Whoop. To be honest, I'm almost afraid to find out what he's going to tell us next. What the AI is going to tell us that they did. I just have this suspicion that the humans are responsible for all this. Yep, our antenna are wagging, so we've got eggs nearby. Wagging faster. So either up there or behind there. Not behind there. I'm guessing up on there somewhere. Yeah, they're slowing down. Oh, there it is. It's up on top of that, it's up on top of the skeleton. Alright, we'll drop our bike off here. And we'll climb on up. Whoops. Wait. Hold on. Why do those plants have markers on them? Oh, those are prickly pears. Okay. I'm down for the prickly pears. I bet there's a bunch of them out here. Oh, yeah. Hello. Excuse me. Didn't say climb. At no point did I say climb. Okay. More. For these to be that abundant, I have a feeling I have to get some of these for somebody. Like somebody's gonna send me on a wild goose chase, be like, hey, go get me some prickly pears. Okay, that should do for now. Let's head back towards the ship. Alright, let's find the shortest rib. Should be this back one here. And climb. Okay, I stood up and then immediately fell without moving. Alright, so when I start to stand up this time, I need to remember to jump. There we go. Hello, little friend. All right. Antenna have stopped moving. Let's see. Alright, so let's head down and look for an entrance. It's probably going to be back here. Back where the bike... Where's my bike? Down here. There we go. I'm going to scope things out as we go here. Okay, so there's that structure we saw earlier. So we'll go check that out after we get done checking this out. Our antenna are moving again, so there's got to be another egg close by. I'm guessing it's probably up inside the ship, but we'll float this way just in case. Keep an eye on the antenna if they start moving faster. Okay, not seeing anything there. I don't think there's... Here, let's look over here really quick. Okay, and they stop moving. So, yeah, so it's probably in the ship or very close to the ship. I see one on top of the wing back there, the back wing. Or actually, we're on the back of the ship, the front wing. I'm guessing we probably have to access that from inside the ship. What is... What? The something of Brunswick. Again, one of my only gripes with this game. The camera needs to stay where I put it. I move the camera and it keeps trying to force the camera where it wants the camera to go. And when I look somewhere, I will look back when I'm ready to look back. Until then, I would like you to leave my camera alone. And it keeps moving it on me. Let's see, is there anything in there? No. Okay, let's duck around here. Let's see, can we... I don't think that gets us close enough. Alright, there's more stuff up there. Oh, it might get us close enough. Alright, let's, we'll just pop the bike underneath here real quick. There we go. And... some defining outlines would help. Game. Kind of hard to see where it is. It's just all one big mass of white. Oh, no. Chill. Okay. That was scary. Oh. Almost got stuck. Yeah, because of the way the lighting is right now, it's not putting any defining outlines on anything. And so it's hard to see what's actually there and what isn't. What do you think? You think I can float this? I should be able to get over there. It's pretty far. We'll give it a shot. Feel the rhythm. Feel the rhyme. Come on, guys. It's bobsled time. Whee! Nope. Maybe I can grab on and climb up. Please? Please? No. Please let me climb up. Rats. Okay, that didn't work so good. Let's see. If I can't grab onto the wing to climb up, I'm guessing that there is an inside way to get on top of the ship. Because they won't put something somewhere where you can't get to it. So I think I'm just accessing it incorrectly. So let's go ahead and we'll explore the inside of the ship. And we will listen to what is probably going to be recording number 6. And we're probably going to get at least more, if not the final bit of the story, as to what the humans did. Okay, so there's one there I can see up on top of the bit. Okay, we can access from there. And we can... Okay, so these are all open. Alright, so let's hop off here. Alright, and so we're gonna... climb up, thank you. What? Sable, what are you doing? Walk up. Grab on. There. Wow. Why was that so difficult? Okay. That should not have been that hard. The center of Brunswick. Okay. All right. All right. All right, we've got movement blocks. We've got storage items up here. Let's look around for some scrap and whatnot. Okay, we can't. It's not going to let us climb. If we are up there and we float, we might be able to jump across. Let's try that again. Okay, so we'll come out here. Oop! Scrap. Alright, so we come up here. Sable, what are you doing? Come on. Up the side. Up the side. Grab on. Up the side. Grab on. There you go. Oh no, they put boxes over there. I don't know if I'm going to be able to jump over them. The door's up there though, and it is green. So that is going to be the way in. I do see some more scrap back there. Yeah, so I could get up there this way. And as usual with this game, there's usually multiple ways to do something. Alright, so we got some scrap. Anything back here? No. My antenna aren't moving, so I don't think there's any eggs in here. At least not in this main room. What's up here? Oh, this is the access to grab onto that. Okay, let's see what else is in here. Oh, that's it, I think. Wow, the game keeps redrawing really... It's acting very weirdly tonight. Alright, second room. Oh, we've got another one of those spinner things, okay. that we saw on the first ship. There is a clay jar up there on the second shelf. We've got a slider here. A rotator there. So... Alright, let's look at what we got to do here. Okay, so that is going to move us. That's going to... Okay, so turning on one of them, we've got 2 power slots there. Turning on one of those will turn that horizontal. Turning on the other one will make the thing up here start sliding back and forth. So we go around, we get into the glass room, we jump across, we get on that thing, we go across, we get on the slider. The slider will get us up there where the money box is. If we get down to the bottom floor, is there a way back up? Yes, there are stairs. Okay. So let's search from the bottom up. Let's look for more scrap. It doesn't seem to be any back there. There's a whole box of scrap back here. Okay. What do we have down here? There's some more scrap. Okay, we also have stairs. Typically they put the stairs in if there's a chance of us dropping power equipment down. Yeah, because that spinner goes all the way down to the bottom, so we could accidentally drop the power pack down there and have to drag it back upstairs. Okay. Oh, more scrap. All right, let's check this out over here. That looks pretty clean. Okay, so we've got one battery up here. Oh no, is there only one battery? Okay, there's the door up there. Okay, so pick up the battery. This will turn that like so. That one is already turned mostly flat. It will get us up to that railing, which will get us around to there. And so if we put like that. Okay. Like so. And then we put this in there. Yep, that should do it. Wait, that's all. That's all the farther that goes? That's kind of a long way away from that. Is there... Although, if I get up on top of it, it stops it. Oh, yeah, I can float that. Okay. All right, so I think we've lined up everything. So we come over here. We climb up. We come around. We should be able to make it most of the way over. There we go. Like so. Like so. Grab the scrap. Alright. Like so. Like so. Turn to face the right way. Oh, 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 my hand slipped off the button, but we still made it. That's awesome. What did we get? It was just coins? Alright, yeah, the clay pot just had money in it. Okay, and so now what we need to do we need the old Uno Reverso. Yeah, we need this, the one that I'm facing. Oh, my ears are swinging back and forth. They're my antennas. There's a... Oh, I bet it's telling me about the... I bet the wing is like right outside here, where the egg is. Okay, so yeah, we need to take... So I ran up there, jumped up there. I need to get over to that. So, do we run this in reverse? We can try. I'm not sure we're going to be able to do this in reverse. We are definitely going to give it a try, though. Because basically, we need to be up there. Can I climb this? No. Oh. There was a tiny gap that I didn't see. Well, now that we're down here, we might as well we'll just take a look at that from down here. Basically, I need that the walkway's right in the way of me being able to see. Let's come up to this level. There we go. Okay, so to get to the green door, we need to access it from here. To access it from there, I feel like we need to flatten the one behind the glass. We need to flatten it out more, so that I can jump down, run across, and jump back up instead of jumping down to the other spinner wheel. So let's try that. Let's see, which one do we want? This one? Yeah. Second, that might already be too much. So this one, we're going to try to hoist it up a little bit more. Like that. Okay, and we'll just set this down. Yep. Right. Come up here. Land here. Okay. Rotate the camera. Got it. All right. There he is. The artificial intelligence. Saren. Open the door at the center of Brunswick. Yep, that's what we just did. Our antennas are still moving, so there may be another egg in here. There's usually scrap in these rooms, in the AI rooms. I'm almost dreading what he's going to tell us happened, because I have a feeling that the humans are responsible for what happened. Alright, scrap metal. Alright. Our antennas are no longer moving. Let's go back this direction. Yeah. Okay, so I'm guessing it's that one that's out front, or that's out on the outside of the ship. All right. Let's find out what happened. Filled with trepidation. I say hello to Saren. Sable, your security clearance has been updated. Please proceed to the whale to authenticate. You have unread messages, Sable. Wait, it wants me to go back to the whale? Oh, I wonder if it unlocked that door that was previously locked. Okay, we'll have to go back and check. The one that's like at the very tippy top that we couldn't figure out how to get open. I wonder if he just unlocked it. Okay, unread messages. Here are your unread messages. Recording 6. The text on screen remains a mystery, but this time I barely look at it. If it's lost to me, then so be it. I want to hear more. This time, Captain Singh sounds different. Older? Up and running for 15 local years, I think that's about 20 in Earth time. Radiation levels are approaching critical and only rising. Between that and the lack of breathable air, given our children's children will need protective gear to do so much as walk between the ships. Let me reread that. Up and running for 15 local years. I think it's about 20 in Earth time. Okay, so when they crash landed, they were here for 20 years. The radiation levels are approaching critical and only rising. So whatever was broken, they never fixed it. And it started approaching a critical mass. Between that and the lack of breathable air, even our children's children will need protective gear to do so much as walk between ships. The lack of breathable air. So did we evolve to live here and be able to breathe whatever's... Because clearly we're not carrying oxygen packs. It's never told us to swap out our oxygen packs. So confused. Deacon finally gave up the ghost last week. Age, nothing more. Just time. We've been lucky that way, I think. Guy never gave up on a corporate rescue mission. I'll give him that. Oh, so Deacon ended up passing away after about 15 years. But the whole time he expected that someone was going to come save them. It's stupid. Even if they were floating around up there, they have no way of getting down here. At least as far as we know. That stuff in the atmosphere. Who knows? Singh pauses for a moment and sighs to himself. Saren, I'll be shutting down your primary functions in order to preserve power. You'll be booted up once every few years to try and send some long-range comms, but that's a job I leave to future generations. But this way, you'll have enough power to sustain yourself for a few hundred spins around this star. Hell, maybe more if anybody can figure you out. There's a break, and I think it's over, but... I'm sorry things ended up this way. I had hoped better for us than to be stranded on a planet that wants to kill us, but won't let us leave. Maybe you'll be able to make sense of this one day. But if anyone asks, in whatever century, tell them I tried my best. Now I need to go take care of my people. For what it's worth, sir, I quite like the masks. Singh laughs, and it's sad, but sweet. Thank you, Saren. Thank you for being here. Goodbye. The recording shuts off abruptly, leaving me wondering. I take a minute to collect my thoughts, and then I say goodbye too. No unread messages. Quest updated. Historical reconstruction. Okay, so let's look at our quests really quick. Okay, I met Saren, played all the messages. Saren granted me access to the strange set of clothes from a chamber in the whale. Now I should go find Saren's terminal inside the whale. Okay, so that's, yeah, I bet it's that door that we couldn't access previously. Okay, so what was it that was leaking radiation? Because it sounds like Deacon never did it intentionally. He had said he was going to put the terraformers on, but he never did it. So something eventually started leaking radiation. And it apparently killed everything. So for 15 years they were living out of the ships. So again, are we the descendants of them? That's the part I don't understand. Okay, let's look around. Is there... I didn't see an access point for getting up, like onto the roof, so I'm guessing we have to figure that out from the ship itself. All right. Is there... Okay, I don't know if I can swing around the outside of this and grab on. If I can, I could potentially climb up. Let's double check really quick if there is an... No, I don't see a crawl hatch in here. Okay. So what we're going to attempt is to jump and grab onto the outside. Okay. That's not what I wanted. That's also not what I wanted. Where did I land? Oh, on the ground. Okay. Unhelpful. Yeah, okay. The rust, or whatever that, the staining on it, doesn't make it more accessible. Okay, so the absolute highest... I don't think even at its highest peak, I don't think this is high enough. Yeah, I don't think this is high enough. No, it's not. Oh, are you kidding me? That worked. All right, 109. All right, we have visited the center of Brunswick. Let's... We still haven't seen the cartographer. There is something that direction sticking up out of the earth. There's that sticking up out of the earth. So I think what we'll do is, now that we have this pinpointed, we'll fast travel back to the whale. Yeah, we'll fast travel back to the whale because the whale is... Yeah, it's way over here. So we'll fast travel to the whale. We'll go up and check the door. And then we will fast travel back here and continue on. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright, we are here at the whale. Coloration is different now. We should be able to tell just as soon as we get in here if he unlocked that door or not, because it's right up there. Can't see it from here. My antennae are swinging. I thought I found all of them in here. Did they come back? Where's that? Would be a quick way to find out. Where's that tunnel? No, the lid is still off the... Yeah, no, it's still... No, it's still gone. Yeah, but there are more in here because... Obviously, because my antennas are going crazy. Alright, well, let's go this way in the ship and see if they move more or less. They stop moving. Okay, so it's back here towards the entrance somewhere. Maybe over here? Nothing down there. Okay, they stopped moving again. It's over here somewhere. Yeah, it's over here somewhere. No. Can't jump up there. I forget how we get up there. We're not moving any faster. Nope, now we moved away from him. So is it outside the ship over on that wall? Because there's no flat surfaces above us for it to be on. And unless it's up on the rail. I mean, we can get back up there if we have to. I don't recall seeing one up on the rail, though. Now our antenna stopped moving. It's definitely over this way. So, yeah, I'm thinking maybe it's outside the ship. Hold on. Yeah, checked both of those. Okay, not in there. So we'll do a quick check outside the building on around the corner. Because that's the only thing left that I can think. That it's out here somewhere on the other side of this wall. Okay, our antenna are moving again. And they stop moving. There's nowhere on the wall. Is there anywhere to go up here? Okay, there appears to be a... Hold on. Alright, catch your breath. Come on. Come on. Come on. Okay. There appears to be, now that we have full stamina, it appears that we could climb to the top of this. So what we're going to do is from the inside, we're going to jump. Here, let me come over this way. Yeah, from up there, we can jump out and kind of hook around the corner. And we can glide up to at least the top of the black part. Because it looks like there's an indentation up there. So that will be... Whoops. Yep, gotta get to the part where we can climb up. There we go. But yeah, we will work on the outside part next. First things first, we need to get up to the ladder system. Let's see, quickest way to do that is here, I guess. Can we catch it before it... No. I was saying, can we catch it before it moves? Turn around. And we'll wait for it to drop back down. Go for a ride. All right. We'll see if this is what Saren was talking about. Unfortunately, I don't think we can see it from the ground floor. We have to get most of the way up here before we can even see. Yeah, we still can't see if the door is activated or not. But way up there at the end of that catwalk, there's just a single door. And it was red and locked, and we couldn't get into it. And I was like, I wonder what's behind there. I don't know, it looks like it's still red. Yeah, it's still red. So if this wasn't the door they were what door are they talking about? What door are they talking about? Okay, how do I get onto that? Let's see, there's that catwalk. Back there is Saren's door. The lifters I can get up on top of to that. Oh, I probably have to go on top of the vents. The engine vents to get up on top of those, I bet. So to do that, I have to be on all the way on the other side of the ship. Can I grab onto this? No, I'm going to float right underneath it. Alright, so real quick, we're just going to stop here. Yeah, I don't know how we can get to that beam. Because I'd like to be up there to jump outside. To grab onto the outside of the ship. Alright, so... the door to Saren is here, I thought. Isn't it right below us? I thought it was in this middle section. Or is it over there? Hold on. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Chill. There we go. Run down here. Is it here? Okay, this may be it. This might be the right door. Oh, there's one up and there's one down. One of them goes to Saren. Okay, this is the one that goes to the weird... the arboretum or whatever you want to call it, all the plants and stuff. So the door to Saren is directly below this. Down there through the grill. What is the easiest way to get off of this? So is this the door to Saren? There he is. Okay, so this is showing 5 of 6 have been turned on. Why aren't all 6 green? I've been to all 6, haven't I? One of them is still red, and this door is still closed. Which has... I don't know whose bike that is, but somebody's bike's in there. Yeah. We've been to all 6, haven't we? Zoom out. Trellick. That's ship number 1. The Dunboyne is 2. Balfron is 3. Kemble is 4. Raleigh is 5. Wait, Center Brunswick is 6. Shadow of Neve is 7. Okay, so there must be another... Some of these ships may not count. Question mark. Possibly. So we're still missing a ship. And that door is not going to unlock until we get to the next ship. I should go and find Saren's terminal inside the whale. I say hello to Saren. You've recovered data from all 6 ships on this planet. Thank you, Sable. I'm beginning to understand. Saren trails off, an edge of doubt betraying their otherwise emotionless figure. You now have full clearance, Sable, granting you complete access to the whale facility. Ah. The bike in the chamber looks shiny and new, despite being ancient. I ask Saren if it's really for me. Yes, Sable. There is nothing stopping me from granting you full access to my facilities. Please avail yourself of this transport device. I assure Saren that I will use it to come visit as often as I can. I say farewell. Quest completed. Historical reconnection. So why is it still blinking 1 red? If I've been to all 6. Something about that concerns me. The whale ship bike front. Perfectly preserved in the whale, the front of this bike is made from familiar looking metals, molded with precision, impossible for humans to replicate. Kept in the whale for an incomprehensibly long time, as it switches states, the mechanisms glide fluidly in a satisfying fluid movement. An inaudible vibrating hum emanates from the sleek surface of this part when you put your hands on it. It feels alive to every subtle movement made by the driver. So it said not made by humans. So who made it? I still want to know why that one isn't lit up. If I've been to all the ships, why is that one still not lit up? Maybe if I leave and come back, it'll be lit up. I may have to completely leave, like go out to the outside part. But since I was going to get as high as possible on the ship to try to jump outside to get on the roof, the best way to do that is to get up there on that engine mount. And the best way to get onto that engine mount is to climb up these poles. What did I figure? Was it this one? Yeah, because I get on here and then I have to switch over to that one and then switch back. Yeah. And then move over here. That's interesting. I don't know why the wall keeps changing, but okay. Alright, so we climb up here as far as we can, and then we get stopped by the... yeah, by that. And since we can't climb over it, we jump down. And then we go over to one of these that doesn't have any limits on it. There isn't one in there, is there? No, all of those have rings on them. So to get where we want to go, yeah, we have to go this way. Alright, so... so I'm thinking one more. Yeah. Stop. Darn. No. No. That's frustrating. I couldn't climb up high enough. So we'll do it this way. We'll climb really high on this one, and it's going to stop us. we'll jump over here. We'll climb really high on this one. That's going to stop us. Go. Is this close enough to get on the thing? Should be. There we go. All right, so get up here. Oh, come on, around the corner. There you go. And trying to remember, we can't climb that. At least I don't think we can. Did I try? The thing is if I get up there, can I get around to the front? So that I can land on that crossbeam. Because I can't jump from here. I'm going to land down. I don't think there is a way directly across. Unless I can climb this beam. If I can climb this, I could just climb as high as I can go, and then this one. I could climb this as high as I can go, and then float over and grab onto that beam. Can I do that? No. And now I'm sad. Okay, I can't climb that. Can't climb that. Can't climb that. It's a 3 strikes you're out kind of thing there. So this is as high as I can get. Well, that's disappointing. I thought I could get up there higher. So from here, if I jump, I can get over to that railing, but I was already there, wasn't I? Yeah, for the most part. I can try to grab onto that other, because that metal over there looks different than this metal. I can try to grab onto one of those struts and see if I can climb it. Because if I can, then I'll go up to the top railing. So let's try that. Okay. Can I climb you? No. Okay, well, that's problematic. Now I'm stuck in this little divot. Can I get back over there to the engine? If I jump and grab onto the ground, will that... Nope. I gotta do this all over again. And now I'm sad. Is there an easier way to get up to that thing? And literally, is there any easier way to get up there? Oh, I can do... Okay, yeah. This is slightly less roundabout. I can go up to the level with the, Ah, darn it. I can go up to the level with the rotunda, take the cut across beam that's fallen over, and hop over to that. I'll be back in the same exact place. Much less trial and error. And much less flying involved. I can just run it. Yeah, right there. Okay. Okay. Now, what I wanted to do, I wanted to be up on that beam right there. And I wanted to sneak around the corner. Because this doesn't put us anywhere near as high off the ground as that does. However... Oh, wait, if that is made of the same material as the outside of the ship, I should be able to climb it. So if I do climb, stop, and then jump from up there. Oh, let's try this. No, 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 no. I'm not grabbing on. So, that's not the same material as the outside of the ship. For some unknown reason. No idea why. But this is higher up off... No, it looks like it's exactly the same height. Well, we're gonna give it a try. Okay. So what's different about this? Why was I able to climb from here? Here. But not there. I mean, I didn't just hallucinate that. I climbed up the side of the ship. I almost reached to the top and then I fell. So this panel is somehow different than that panel? So I was standing here and I went like this. Yeah, and I started climbing. So why can't I do that over here? On the exact same panel. Oh, it won't let me jump. It won't let me jump. I have to start from standing on the ground. I have to start from a standing position. Okay, so pick the absolute highest spot. Well, before we try this, let's go over here. Can we start from a standing position on top of that thing? Like here. And we fell off. Turn. Around the corner. And up the ramp again. And... no. So that's specifically... okay, stand there. Well, that's a lot farther away than I thought it was. And that's why I fell, because I have to fly at it. And it's like, nope. It won't let me climb because I flew at it. Yeah, because if I try to do this, it makes me fall all the way to the ground and then I start climbing. Okay, okay. All right, game. I see what you're doing here. Now the question is there a higher point on the ship than this? I think this is the highest standing position. that will get us an upward. Let's do a quick search. Call the bike. Where is it? It's over here, isn't it? Glider, where are you? Glider sounds like it's stuck somewhere. It's banging around on something. Okay, I think I tried to climb that before and that didn't work. We'll double check that theory. That is saying a big no. Can I climb this? No. Can I climb this? I can get this far. But again, if I try to float over there, as soon as I touch the wall, it's going to make me slide all the way to the bottom and then start again. I was hoping to get up there. That does not seem to be a possibility. Okay, not sure why I'm floating upwards, but that was weird. I don't know if I was supposed to be able to do that or not, but I just did. That was kind of cool. Okay, so that appears to be the stone. What do I get? How do I get over there? I'm honestly really curious where my glider went. My glider has wandered off into the desert. I'm here. My glider is way out there somewhere. That's great. That's that's some reliable machinery. Okay, I heard it. It's out there somewhere. Wandering around out in the wilderness. Okay, from this vantage, though, we can't get on top of the black part. The black part is where we need to be on top of the black part, and we can't get there from where we're standing. Because the red, whatever this red thing is on top of the ship, I don't know if it's part of the ship. I don't know if it's a rock. I don't know what that thing is. But it is, it will hinder our upward mobility here. Now I can try to fly over to that, but I have a feeling it's going to do the same thing everything else has, which is not work. But I mean, what the heck, we can give it a shot, because I don't know how else we're going to get up on top of the black thing. So let's give it a shot. We'll try to land on that angled part and see if we can sneak our way up to that flat surface up there. So let's go for it. All right, we're standing. Okay. A little higher. A little higher. Okay. Turn the camera so I can see. I don't think we're going to be able to get any higher. We've been kind of taking advantage of a glitch in the game here that has at least gotten us this high. Yeah, there doesn't seem to be a way past that. Oh, I thought I'd found a sneaky way in. Yeah, I just do not believe that there is... And I slipped. Ah, that was frustrating. Okay, it won't work on that one. Alright, so looking across, obviously that is higher. What? Seriously, where is my glider? It's behind me and like a mile away. Okay, hold on. We're gonna fix this really quick. Select the whale. Fast travel, yes. We're basically fast traveling to where we are, so our glider will come back. Okay. We are gonna look around the outside of the ship to see if there is a higher point than the one that I found. Turn the camera. There we go. Okay. So currently, this appears to be the highest access point onto the body of the ship to climb. Let's... The one directly across on the other side does look to be equally as high. Okay, now the one thing that'll be... Oh, okay, so this side doesn't dip down. So this does appear to be the highest point. So if I jump, is it going to let me stick or is it going to make me fall and then start climbing? It let me jump. That may have been enough to do it. We may actually make this. Is this side taller? Oh, this side's taller. We're never gonna get there. The back end of the ship is bigger than the front end. Alright, stop heavy breathing. Come on. There you go. Yeah. The back end of the ship is significantly higher than the front. This is so frustrating. Alright, let's check the complete opposite side of the ship to see if there's a... This may be the highest point. And I still don't know if it's even high enough. I'm not sure this side has the same ledge either. It's almost impossible to tell from ground level. And there's nothing around here that's high enough for us to jump off of and float over. Oh, I'm so confused. Whoa. That was unnecessary. Okay, so in this light, we get back over here and turn. You can see the difference in height. I don't know if it's an optical illusion or not. It's driving me up the wall. Okay, we are going to... Because when I get close to the ship, right about here, my antennas start going. So they're within a radius of us right here, forward, there is an egg. However, when we go inside the ship, so it starts again. So it's like, hey, there's an egg around here, but not here. So it's already just getting this far away. It's over there somewhere. Because as soon as we get on the other side of this pipe, the antennas start going again. Okay, let's try this. Isn't there a, is it on this side? No. Is it over here on this side? Yes. Could there possibly be one down here that we missed? Can't see my antennas. Okay, nothing. Now, I know there's one on the other side of that wall right there. Okay, nothing from the antennas. Okay. It's not down here. Getting nothing from the antennas. Yeah, no. The antennas are not reacting at all down here. And we're directly below where we were. Yeah, because basically we went around that corner, we went back there, behind this. And that grated area we saw, the area with the grate where I said there's one inside there, that is accessed from that middle tube there. You can see there's a hatch door. That little... Whoop, stop turning the camera. That little hatch there with a gold box around it in the middle tube, that gets you down to that room where I said there was one in there that I already took out. So that's where we were. We were directly below this. And the antennas are going. Wait a second, flat surface. The tops of those tubes are flat surfaces. Is it hiding on top of one of those tubes? I'm gonna be so mad. Y'all, I'm gonna be so mad if it's on top of one of those tubes. There it is. Unbelievable. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Tried to grab onto the ladder. Didn't work. Fine. It's on top of there. It's on top of that. I think the last tube or the second to last tube. And the only way to get to it is going to be going over here to the end of this ramp and jumping off of it and gliding over there. Yeah, it's right there. You can see it. In fact, this one won't work. I have to go all the way up to that one to jump from, because otherwise I won't be able to glide all the way over there. Unbelievable. all that stress to try to find that last egg. Oh, I tell you. It's right there. Yeah, from up here, it's so far away. Oh, look at my leg shake. Oh, that's creepy. I guess, of course, if I was standing on a ledge like that, that far above the ground, my leg would be shaking too. Yeah, this is the only way to get to that. Side quest. All right. Okay, so we've let's see. We still haven't found the last of the ancient the Hikaric rings. That's the last thing we do. Riding the wave. We do need to go do this. And I'm assuming that Marrowbone Station is probably that that large building that sticks up out of the ground that we saw. There is a part of me that wants to go build this glider. Just to see what it's like. So what we're gonna do is we're going to zoom out. We are going to fast travel back to the center of Brunswick now, because what we'll do is we'll find, well, we need to find the cartographer so we can see where we're going in this section, so the map opens up. So cartographer, we need to find the station, and we need to finish at least one more of those quests. Preferably the one where we climb up on top of the mountain and put the mask on. Let's see. So yeah, we're gonna fast travel there. That was our last advanced spot that before we had to backtrack. All right. So, so let's see, looking around, which way was it? There it is. We were going to head over here towards this worm-looking thing sticking out of the ground. Looks like something out of the movie Dune. One of the sandworms. Okay, change in music again. Interesting. Scanning the horizon here. These are some really bizarre rock formations. Really bizarre. They look like giant mushrooms. And it makes it almost impossible to get up on top of them unless you're hopping from stone to stone, because there's no way to climb up. It's like a huge... It's like a huge sandworm. That's moderately terrifying. At one point, that existed here. It appears to be petrified now, but also something sticking out of its mouth. The worm. Weird glitch in the graphics again. Okay, let's scoot around the base here. I'm assuming that there's an entrance of some kind. Or is it just going to make me climb all the way up this thing? Yeah, it looks like it's a climber. My antenna were wiggling back there. Hold on. So yeah, there is something most definitely hanging out of the mouth of that thing. It better be worth this. Okay, I can see this, the egg. The chum egg. I can see it on top of one of these. Alright, let's put our bike it keeps trying to coast away. Let's put it down here near the front. Here we go. Just let it kind of naturally coast to a stop. Alright, we need to climb, get on top of that, and we can get over there, climb on top of that. Right. And the birds scatter. Alright, looking around to see if there's any more within a visible distance. Don't see any. Okay, so I think our approach would be easier going jump over, land back where we were, scoot up as close to the body as we can, rest, and then scooch across literally like diagonally to the front where the legs are, because the spacing between the legs is smaller than the spacing between the barbs on the back, and so we'll have more frequent chances to rest and less of a chance that we're going to get kind of hung out to dry by there being too big of a space and we end up running out of stamina. go. Alright, so here. Go. And while we're here, we can look down at all the other legs, see if we missed anything, because our antennae are flapping again, which means that there is an egg somewhere nearby. Let's see if we kind of step out onto the thumb here. I don't think it's below me. I think it's above me. Oh, wait. Oh, no, that's... I was looking at the shadow moving up and down, and I'm like, oh, wait, I think I see it. No, wait. That's just my shadow. I don't know how shadows work. Alright, so... we'll climb up between these two. If it gets to be too close, I'll go to the middle one. Otherwise, we'll go up to the next. We should be okay. Yeah, we should be fine. Now, the interesting part's going to be getting around the curve. Hello? Okay, my antennae are swinging faster, so it's really close. Over there, there is a clay pot on top of that, that spike. Okay, still not seeing the egg. Alright. My antennae are moving slower. So that leads me to believe it's got to be inside? Because it's not there. So how do we do this? I guess you have to go over the top, because we can't climb on the underside. That won't work. Yeah, we have to climb up on the top, go, and then I guess jump off the front, float into the mouth. Try to look around as we climb here. Okay, it's not there. I'm going to pause and catch my breath. Right? I don't know if y'all can see that, but it's at the very top of that spike. And I don't know if it's the same one that was causing me to flap earlier. Yeah, it's up there. Can I even make this climb? I don't know that I can make that. That's really high. Oh. Every muscle in my legs are tight right now. My body's like, no, 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 no. Like, do not like, do not like. Oh, wow. Okay, that was pretty cool. We got to watch the moon rise. Okay, if you're scared of heights, you definitely don't want to look at what I'm looking at, because I'm about to turn around and look down. Okay, my ears are still twitching, so there's another one close by. Sorry, birds. Flapping is getting faster. I assume it's on the inside of the mouth here. Okay, again, going to look over the edge, so you might not want to watch. Okay. Okay, I see the pulley. So jump and float back in. Yep, I see it. There's like a wooden something in there. So there's a book. There's rope. There's the egg. Okay, and my antenna have finally stopped moving. So, curious. I pick up the worn and weathered pages left in the small encampment. Not something I expected to find up here, and far too tempting to ignore. The diary. Here I am. You told me to look to Pirosta when I had lost it all, and here I am with nothing and no one, alone at the end of all of my failures. I will sit and think for a while. Perhaps something will come to me. Otherwise, I look to fall. Anna, you know you won't want to hear me. Wait, Anna, I know you won't want to hear me, but I have to tell you. Pirosta spoke to me. In a voice like rolling thunder and late evening shivers, She shook my bones and told me there is more to this than I know, and that I must look inside the statue. I have no way inside, but will find one, where I am bidden to go by Pirasta's whim. There will I walk in her great shadow. Okay. So that didn't put us... So that didn't put us on a quest. Interesting. Very interesting. What are these little weird things? Oh, okay. For a petrified animal, it's sure making a lot of noise. Why is it making gurgly noises? That's not disconcerting at all. Okay, can't jump on that. I can climb up. Though I don't know why I would want to. That was terrifying. This reminds me of the, this reminds me of the stuff we found at the waterfall. Except this is fizzy. Okay, that was kind of cheating, but there's nothing underneath there. Okay. So, what did this person say? Here I am. You told me to look at Pirasta when I had lost it all. And here I am with nothing and no one, alone at the end of all my failures. You told me to look at Pirasta. Okay, so Pirasta is a name we have not seen before or heard before. So this is new to us. I will sit and think for a while. Perhaps something will come to me. Otherwise, I look to fall. Anna. Anna is also a name we haven't seen yet. Anna, you know, I know you won't want to hear me, but I have to tell you, Parasta spoke to me. In a voice like rolling thunder and late evening shivers, she shook my bones and told me there is more to this than I know. There is more to this than I know, and that I must look inside the statue. I have no way inside, but I will find one. Where I am bidden to go by Parasta's whim, there I will walk in her great shadow. So we need to find this Parasta statue. But it's not giving us a quest, which is weird. And why is there a pulley up here? With extra rope. Why here? Weird. Hey, Meaty, yeah, I'm sorry, I see your text, but I don't want any help. This is my first playthrough, and I've never played this game before, so I'd rather do it without any help. But I appreciate it. Thank you, though. Okay, that's solid. Interesting. Interesting. Very interesting. Parasta. Very interesting. So it didn't give me a quest. I find that interesting. It just told me some stuff, but didn't actually give me a quest. Huh. Oh, my antennas aren't flickering anymore, so I guess I found all the, Well, I am gonna do this. Turn the camera. Okay. Shoot. 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 Okay. Interesting. Interesting. All right. We will stick a note in the back of our head. Parasta. I'm probably saying that name completely wrong, but I've been doing that pretty much all game, so I am not the best at pronunciations, especially when there's a lot of consonants right next to each other. Okay, so we were looking. Oh, I see what I'm looking for. Flip to the map. Yeah, okay, we are right outside the, oh no, interesting. Again, the mapping is a little off because the worm is right there. And it's saying that I'm I'm that far away from it. That's all right. What I was looking at is, I think that is our cartographer we need. So, where's the yeah, I know we're at the worm. I know. So, I believe I'm facing the ship. Yes, okay. So, now, if I'm facing the ship, and I turn 180 degrees... Okay, that is what I saw. Okay. So, just past the worm, I saw... Jinkies. I saw that. Okay. Let's see. Okay, nothing over there. My antennas aren't flickering, so no random eggs. The size of that. That's what I'll give him one thing about this game. The sheer scope and size of a lot of stuff in this game is really impressive. You really get a sense of being out in the desert with these massive... Hello. Oh, this is Marrowbone Station. I am glad I actually came here. I love that one weird sound effect that this game does. Looks like there's something up on top of that plateau too. Alright, how do I... Can I get up there... What, on the side? No, there's a cartographer station. We'll go over to the cartographer next. There appears to be a fence on this side. So yeah, we probably have to go around the other side. Woo! That was fun. Ouch. Marrowbone Station. Where is the charging station? Maybe it's down here. No, I don't see any bikes. It's not there. Oh, here we go. Yep, gotta pull in on the other side. Good enough. All right, another station. Yeah, we're definitely gonna go hit the cartographer because we, that's a cool little bike. Okay, that's just a watering canister. What you got over here? Surprise! A chalk butterfly. Alright, I feel like we got two songs playing at once. It's really weird. Okay, machinists do not startle easily, but this one jumps at my greeting. They give a frantic wave. Machinist Kalan. Colin? Kalan. Colin. Glider, yes, good to see you. Meet you? We've never met. I don't think. So yes, good to meet you. I'm gonna call him, with two A's and then one A, I'm gonna call him Kalen. I know I'm not saying that right, and I just apologize to everybody with that name. Just sorry. Kalen rocks back and forth, ball to heel. There is a speedy twitchiness to them, and their words emerge like a too swift rush of wind, picking up little stones and twigs as it washes over the dunes. My antennas are flapping like crazy. How's your, life going? Things are very exciting. Things are a bit challenging. Things are strange. I'm gonna go with a bit challenging. Challenging. Good. It is very apparent that Kalen barely registered my response. I'd like you to do something. If you're free, or, well, if you're not, whatever. I'd like you to do something for me. It'll be a little bit fun, I promise. And you'll earn you a machinist badge. Quick and to the point, see? I know you gliders like that. Speed and things like that. Anyhow, what do you want me to do? Well, I want you to receive a machinist badge for that. And for that, I'd like you to, well, report on something of me. What? That's not a sentence. Report on something of me. Report on something of me. For me? By me? About me? But not of me. Report on something of me. Think of it like a mission. Isn't that fun? Sort of. Dude, I have no idea what the heck you want me to do. I take a breath to speak, but Kalen has no time for it. You'll need to use your head for this one. I want you to go to the watch and take a reading of the sun. You'll find the equipment a bit, well, you know, outdated, under-designed, cumbersome, archaic, perhaps. Whatever the word, it all still works, and that's what's important. Take the reading, and if you do it right, the face door in the central chamber should open. Once you've seen what's inside, come back here and tell me about it. Okay, so it's another temple with the face door. Okay. I open my mouth for whatever is the shortest period one can open one's mouth and get no room to speak. Perfect. Yes, thank you. And thank me, too, because you'll have more than earned a badge. Go on. See you soon. Can't wait to hear about it. Kalen waves me off. Quest started, an eye to the sky. Okay, that was the most incomprehensible interaction I've had with a NPC so far. That was awful. Okay, so blah, 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 blah. Customize bike. Alright, so where is... Let's see, I am currently driving. Where's my bike? This one. Let's get them all lined up here. Front, wings, okay. So, the shader bike is faster, accelerates better, and has more speed across the board. The giraffe front bike, better speed, same acceleration, but crap handling. That's not good. The Erie's bike front, same thing. A little better on the speed, a little worse on the handling. The Beetle bike, much slower, but significantly better handling. And then there's the whale ship. Faster, better acceleration, and the same handling. Interesting. So it's faster. Huh. Interesting. Okay, oops, I didn't mean for my bike to... No, stand up. Stand up. Put the bike back away. Okay. So there is a worm here because where is it? Is it up there on the roof? Or there's an egg here really close by because my antennas are freaking out. Getting closer. From that side, no. Is it back here? Hiding. No, I'm getting further away. My antenna's slowed down. Yeah, it's like here. Is it on the roof? Oh, hello? Seriously. Get up there. Now turn. Walk out there. Now turn. Why you're being so difficult today. There it is. It's over there. Now to get up there, we have to be higher than it and fall. Unless we can tightrope. I don't know if the game will let us do this. So close. Yeah, okay. It is. It's playing two songs. They're like playing over the top of each other. Like the usual station song is playing. But then there's another song that seems to be playing on top of it. It's a little much. There we go. Okay. Now. Okay, so jumped and I fell. That's fantastic. Let's try this again. Sir, what are you? Okay, now we're down to one song. There we go. There we go. Grab it. Grab it. There you go. Good grief. All right, that's 114. This is a pretty big station. Nice layout too, I like it. Let's do a quick walkthrough. See who's here to talk, who's here. What you got? Let's trade. Wash blue dye. Okay, that's cool. You have the Nomad bike. Oof, that's expensive. 750. I don't even have enough coin to buy that. However, I am going to buy the outfit. And sure, I'll buy the dye as well. I will have to come back for that bike, because I don't have anywhere near enough. Don't have anywhere near enough coin to do that. Okay, a little glitchy. My antennas are rocking again, so there's another egg here. Oh, it's Elizabeth again. Well, look who's here, my favorite fellow glider. Funnily enough, I was just thinking about you. I was thinking about you too. Were you? Well, it sounds like destiny to me. Or at least a bit of good fortune, which frankly is good enough. Elizabeth chuckles, hands on hips. I ask her why she was thinking of me. Because I was considering all the things I never got to see on my first gliding. I was in such a hurry to get to Akria and to become a guard that my gliding was more of a piercing, a straight shot to the big city. Before I knew it, I was years along my path, and I'd never seen Hakoa, never swam in the underground lakes, never figured out what's inside a Nimur plant. Would you like to? I'd ask if she'd like to get to the bottom of what's inside a Nimur plant. You know, I would. I'm sure I must have passed a few of them when I came through the petrified forest? Okay, that's a new thing. But it was daylight then, and the sun makes them close right up. Of course, I might have just been in too much of a rush to really look. Old habits, huh? Anyhow, don't think I'll be making my way back through there anytime soon, sadly. So if you happen to stumble upon one, maybe you could crack it open and let me know what you find? Something's gotta be making it glow, right? Something about her drives me to action, and I promise too quickly to show her. I feel compelled to impress her, just a little. What? You don't need to do that. Oh, what am I saying? I'm retired, I'm gliding, and I want what I want. Open up a Nemora plant and bring me whatever's inside. And here's hoping it isn't some awful poison slime. I also hope that. That could be sort of fun. I bet that's exactly what it is. I also hope that. I tell her yes, I also hope I don't open the Nemora plant to a burst of caustic ooze. It would be a challenge I add to pilot Simoon with skeleton fingers, not to mention having to bring her news of how it went. Elizabeth laughs. Yes, that might be a bit of a letdown. With my marching orders, I say goodbye to Elizabeth and go on my way. Quest started. Tough nut to crack. Alright, so we ran into her. That's kind of cool. That's now the third time that we've run into her. In various places all over this map. Okay, our antennae have stopped moving altogether. So we're going the wrong way. Okay. Moving. 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 Oop. Running into things. Oh, moving fast. No. Is it hiding behind this? Now it's going slow again. Still going slow. Faster. Down here. Aha. It's 115. And my antennae are being normal again. Okay. Oh, we can talk to this person. Cool. Hi. The herder seems to be somewhat agitated. What's the matter? Shepherd Mateo. I'm completely doomed. Not a single one left. All my camels have gone. I knew I should have never left the clan. They were right. I am completely useless. Oh, really? I'm just going to walk away. I'm not going to tell him there's no such thing as a useless person. I extricate myself from the awkward situation. Well, it's not awkward. You tell him he's not useless and, help. I don't like that interaction. That's not cool. Why is the music so loud? Hold on. I have the game's volume at like 25%. I don't know why the music in this one station is so loud. Okay, alright, we looked at all that. This poor guy's missing his camels. Elizabeth's here. Now she sent me another quest. Okay, we got somebody up here. Wait. I could talk to them a second ago. What happened? There we go. Scrapper Javon. Scrapping ain't easy. Oh, scrapping ain't an easy mask to wear. It's bloody dangerous and dead lonely. I guess that's why we do it, huh? Either way, every glider should check out the old scrapyard up Burnt Oak Way. He'll sort you out with some badges or cuts if you deliver any scraps you come across on your journey. Thank you for the information. However, I've been doing that all game. That's one of the first things I learned how to do. Let's see, we got buckets. No hidden clay pots back here. Oh, we have a person standing on this weaving thing. Urgert. Wow, that's a name. My clan has always been in the wash. We rarely venture beyond its borders. They say the chalk mounds were once bones of dead creatures, killed by the fall of the whale and left to erode over time. It's a bit creepy to think about, but the thing that really gives me the spooks is that petrified forest. You can hardly see your hands in front of your face in there. Okay, foreshadowing. Well done. Okay, again, the game is down to 20% volume, and the music is still drowning out everything. Alright, let's head inside the tent. This is the hostel. Not seeing... No goodies to take. Wow, yeah. Not even a clay pot. Alright, let's talk to, I like how they're just like, do, tapping their hands on the counter. This is Ofu, the innkeeper of the camp. What can I do for you? Glider, I've got a little job you can do for on. I came here to rest and everyone's giving me quests. Glider, I've got a little job you can do for me. Do you know where... Oh, Lahore, that's right. I need to know where she is. Okay, what's the job? I need some orange-ringed beetles. 3 of them. And I figured there's none better to ask than a glider. That's true. Our love of tasks is greatly exaggerated. Wow, that's a salty answer. Let's just say that's true. Really, that's the only part I miss about my gliding. You get to help so many people and learn so many things. The rest of it is just sand in your bits. That's pretty much my my take on going to the beach. It's just getting sand in your bits. That's funny. The gliding, just sand in your bits. I ask where I might find the beetles. There's a nest northeast of here that should have a few. But if you've never collected orange-ringed beetles before, I'll say this. They're skittish. Second you approach, they'll burrow to get away. You'll want to lure them over to somewhere undiggable. I tell her I'll do my best. Quest started. Orange Ring Delights. Okay. Okay, we have a mask store here. Okay, and it is nightfall. So I'm guessing that at least a decent... Oh wait, dude, have I just started like 5 sentences and didn't finish any of them. Okay. Let's look at the new quests, partially because it'll make the music get quiet. Tough nut to crack. Elizabeth asked me to find out a Nemur plant. So that's the petrified forest. Let's say we're on this quest. Okay, so we're really close to this forest area. Okay. Whoops. Searching for... Oh, we need to go ask about Lahore. Riding the wave, we still need to do that. Orange ring delights. Where is this? Way over there. Okay. Gliding, eye to the sky. Where is this? To the southeast. Okay. Ancient race. Heartbreak in the city. Okay. Close. Oh, no. The reason I came up here was because I wanted to do this. Okay, so I don't have enough badges for another mask. I have all of my masks currently. Yeah, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so now we're gonna go back up here and we're gonna talk to her about Lahore, because that has been on our quest list forever. Greetings again, Glider. What can I do for you? Still on your beetle hunt? Bring him back when you're done. There we go. Before I take off, do you know where Lahore is? Can't tell you where she is right now, but when I saw her, she was looking for the Sleeping Singers. They're a set of stone whales. You can't miss them. Anything else I can help you with? Quest updated. Searching for Lahore. Okay. That was fortuitous. If you look directly over the top of my head, there is the top of the tower for the race for this section. That should be the last race we need to find. That's awesome. Okay. So I'm gonna jump down from here so the music quiets down again. And let's see, if I step outside of the station, will it calm down? No, it's still loud. Okay, so we were just given an absolute truckload of new quests to do. There is a very apparent building right there. A large round dome on it. Right there, over the top of our head, is the racetrack for the, what I'm guessing is the final Hikaric artifact. That is the cartographer, so that we can actually map this area and see what the heck we're doing. And that, I'm guessing, is the forest. Lots to see, lots to do. Oh, we've been playing for almost 4 hours. All right. As much as I want to keep going, I gotta turn that music off. It's driving me up the wall. It's so loud. There we go. As much as I want to keep playing, I've already been on for about 4 hours, and it's 11 o'clock local time, and I still need to get something to eat. I didn't mean to stream this long. So we are going to switch over to this. All right. That is going to do it for this stream. I want to send a big shout out to everybody who's been lurking. Thank you so much for being here, for spending time with me, and for watching the game. If you've enjoyed what you see, please don't forget to hit the follow button. And I'm also, I post all of my videos of all of my streams over on YouTube. So if you want to check out my YouTube channel, it's youtube.com/tmaaz, just like it's here. Twitch.tv/tmaaz. Yeah, and you can like and subscribe over there. It'll let you know whenever I post videos. I usually post my videos on about the same schedule as when I stream. So yeah, so it's usually at least like 2 or 3 a week. I'm posting the videos on there once the VODs run out. So yeah, so that is going to do it for this stream. I think I have family stuff going on tomorrow. I'm still not 100% sure on it. So I probably am not going to be able to stream tomorrow. But I should be back on Monday to get back into the game and to play some more Sable, because I'm really enjoying this story. So yeah, so in between then and now, please be well, take care of yourself, take care of one another, look after yourself, and please always remember to treat yourself the way you would treat a best friend, because you deserve nothing less. So until next time, take care. I'll talk to you real soon. Have a good one.